baby. We're live.
But I've had chores to keep me busy.
Oldies Radio is already on.
Of course he is. That dude rules.
Ain't no severe thunderstorm stopping me.
Well, be careful out there in
Ain't
wherever you call home, kind sir.
stopping me. Sorry, there we go. I had it going. Caller, turn down your radio.
It is. Can you hear it?
Yeah, no, I just
you just assumed that I would mess up.
I had a tab open with it on it, so yeah, here we are. Let's do it.
Hello.
Hey, Steve.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm going to adjust my camera here.
Do you notice anything with my voice?
You sound crystal clear, baby. You sound so good. Coming in so fine.
I am feeling much better than the last show that we did. So
good. I'm happy to hear. I was worried about you, brother. You were going on with that a little bit too long. Not that, any sickness is, short enough, but it was just lingering. It had me worried.
I was not down with the sickness.
Ooh,
So we got a fun show today.
We have an amazing show lined up for all you people.
All Yins people, as we would say here in Western Pennsylvania.
There you go.
We are going to continue a little bit more of the 500 greatest albums of all time, as chosen by the Minglewood Preservation Society and Pit Barbecue. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And what else we got, Steve? Just the normal things. So you've been watching some wrestling. You've been watching Bash at the Beach, right?
Yeah, Beach Blast from '92 with Steamboat and Rick Rude, and two mid-card guys in WWE were fighting over the championship in WCW really well too. Of course, you could put Ricky Steamboat in there with a laundry sack, and I think he'd do well. But yeah, been watching that. Been enjoying Peacock. Started Stranger Things. So I have not finished it, but that's kind of what I've been watching lately. Not a whole lot.
You should just for the sake of just now that you have Peacock and you can watch wrestling again whenever you want to, do yourself a favor and watch The Great American Bash 1996.
96, okay.
It is a lot better. I think it's aged really, really well. And that's the last pay-per-view before the NWO started. So
he's the third man.
But there's some great stuff. It's Rey Mysterio's it's his debut match against Dean Malenko. There's Kevin Green and Steve Mongo McMichael. Steve Mongo McMichael, right? Steve McMichael.
Yeah.
In a tag team, he's got
who's Stephen Green? Like
Kevin Green. He was the football player he played for the Carolina Panthers, and then he got I'm
thinking like he was just something that was like Tim Blue.
No, Kevin Green. So he was with the Carolina Panthers, and then he got traded to the Steelers, or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe he was on the Steelers and they went to the Carolina Panthers. I can't.
Boy, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. All right,
that's a name.
I did watch some. I tell you what, that Halloween Havoc with a Chamber of Horrors match.
Okay.
Ooh, that is something to behold. That it is silly, but it's a lot of fun. And I tell you, a match that I never grow tired of seeing is Vader and Cactus Jack Halloween Havoc '93.
Spin the wheel, make the deal. Is that it?
I mean, those guys, yeah. Those guys with that Texas Death Match, they're both working stiff. They're both clobbering the snot out of each other. Those guys are just absolutely beating the hell out of each other. It's so good. They both open each other up within like 5 minutes of the match. And you got Harley Race down there is Vader's manager. It's so good. Yeah. So good.
That's like the beauty,
fun match.
That's the beauty of WCW is there's just these little pieces of things that could have gone a completely other direction, and it would have completely changed the.
They just never capitalize on it. It's always just like it's kind of like they just throw it out there and they're like, oh, there you go.
Bo is saying that the I Quit match between Tully and Magnum, which
yes,
Steve, I think you and I agree that that's probably
it's
top five
of all time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And Bo, and just so you know, I if you go back and you watch it, I don't know how long it's been since you've watched that. Tully Blanchard doesn't really say "I quit." He just says "Ah!" and that's how the match ends. So it doesn't actually say "I quit" in there. So
Jack Lambert. Yeah,
yeah,
that's I wish he signed.
yeah,
That's one guy that I wish would sign. So
yeah. So let me just I'll set up that match really quick. So it's so but it's
I
great.
thought I got the money, Daddy.
Hold on, no, it's great. It's great. So uh, so you got right, you got Mongo and you got Kevin Green against Ric Flair and Arn Anderson, and it is an incredible match. And what happens is, um, Deborah, is it Deborah that comes down? Deborah McMichael maybe, and
Yeah.
she goes and she like has a briefcase full of money and a Four Horsemen shirt. So McMichael turns like heel like, at that time, like they pin Kevin
Right.
Green, and so it's like because Brian Pillman at that point he was on his little whatever, right? He was doing
Yeah.
whatever he wanted to do. But they were like putting the Four Horsemen together with Benoit, and it's amazing, dude. It's great.
Yeah, that is that's an area WCW I need to go kind of
Yeah.
revisit a little bit. But dude,
96 Great American
Cactus
Bash.
Jack, so great. What that's my favorite Foley incarnation, and
Yeah, that match
good
is
stuff.
incredible. That I mean, Vader and McFoley. I mean, they had some amazing matches in Japan, and that's where Vader took his ear off and everything like that. So,
Bo says Flair Steamboat had a lot of great matches in the late 80s. Yes, my favorite match of all time is Chicago, the Chi-Town Rumble.
Chi-Town Rumble.
Flair versus Steamboat. That match is just, I mean, you couldn't get any better than that. That match is just it's perfect. I even think that's superior to Savage Steamboat WrestleMania 3. Not by much, but I think it's a better match.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
just goes to show you what a good worker Steamboat was. But anyway, that's not what people came for. They don't want to hear the wrestling.
But we did want to say in other news, the stream is now until we kill the stream ourselves. So just so you guys know, we've no more after the 40-minute shabacle that happened last week. We are now
we're new and improved. Baby.
We're new and improved. We're going until we can't go anymore. So we appreciate everybody checking in with us. And can you guys please go work for the WWE and fix their BS? It's beyond that. Bo, at this point, I don't think
yes,
there's anything
Charlotte. Yes. Charlotte Flair would be the champion of everything, and that would be that. I think she's the best wrestler. Period. Not even going to qualify it between male and female. I think she's the best worker. Period on that roster. The problem is that WWE Vince McMahon is. People say that he's stuck in the past, and he is. But in the past, he's had success, and now he's just. I don't know what he's doing, but you've got good workers there. They re-sign good people and they re-sign garbage wrestlers and let good people walk. Kevin Owens is hardly doing anything. He's a great worker. But that's we fantasy booking is something Mark and I do back and forth on a daily basis.
That's right.
So
that's right. What if the Dingo Warrior went to WCW and Sting went to the WWF? What would happen? What would happen? So we got a lot of comments there. So Odie's Radio got your Edison cylinder thing going. You need to record like what would be the first thing? Like maybe kick out the jams. You need to record kick out the jams on a Edison cylinder. I'd love that.
Yes, please do that, please. Mark and I will be super duper happy. Look at John. Welcome, John.
Yes, we do.
Minglewood got a damn budget. How about that?
I had a yard sale this weekend. Sold some records. Made some money, and I also just donated about 200 records to.
Look at you.
Our local thing. It's just again, it's just.
You're not going to miss it.
I'm not going to miss
it. You're not going to miss it. I had a good conversation with John Sunday. We talked for about an hour, so that was really cool. He is jumped head first into the Dead, and we were talking about we were talking about runs and shows and things like that. I had a lot of fun. So,
All right,
John's a
Steve.
good dude.
John
You
is a
ready
good guy. John, I hope you're exploring all kinds of fun stuff, and let
And
me
Bo's
know.
a good guy. Old Andy, or can I say Andy? Andy, we'll keep it at that. Could be.
Expose his Christian name, right?
So they're all good dudes. I want to show you what I've been listening to real quick,
Let's
if you
see
don't
it.
mind. I have been listening to. I wonder how familiar you are with this artist. It is Jenny Lewis. This is her 2014 album, The Voyager.
Okay, so I know of her, never picked up her music though.
Seek this out. This is great. This is just about perfect. I love this album. It's poppy, but it's pop in the sense where like the lyrics are dark. So like they're breakup and I hate you songs, but they're like super duper poppy, if that makes any sense. But she's a super great songwriter. She's very talented. And she could, sing the phone book and I would buy it. I've loved everything she's done with Ryo Kiley, everything she's done with, used to do with Ryan Adams. I know they produced and played on each other's albums a lot, and not anymore since things have happened with him in the news. But,
Yeah, so were they like a thing? Where they were like
I don't think they were romantically involved, but they like played on each other's records and produced each other's records and things like that. As a matter of fact, I'm almost 99% sure he produced this album, and I don't know, I'll have to look it up. There's no production credits on it right off the bat, but yeah, this is a really great record. It's just a gatefold. I don't know. I'll have to look it up to see who produced it, but yeah, I really like this album. I think you'd like it too, Mark, actually, to be honest with you. And her management is by Sam. So shout out to Sam. That joke fell flat.
Yeah, no. We'll have to bring Sam on here one night. So
there we go. Actually, you know what? I thought it would be fun. Leslie actually brought this up. She's like, I want to listen to like one record that you think I'll hate and like review it. I was like, Sun Ra, Frank Zappa, Captain Beefheart. We're going with Trout Mask Replica. Yeah, we're going with that. So
I mean, Chris Dixieland Farm has already sort of made a video of that where I think he was playing some Coltrane for his wife, and she was not too thrilled by it. But
really, Leslie loves Coltrane.
What's her favorite Coltrane? Blue Train?
No, probably my favorite things.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's you got the turnaround from Light My Fire in there.
She likes her jazz. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to my buddy Josh. Josh is a longtime friend of mine. He's watching tonight.
Josh, hello.
Josh, there will be no multi-level marketing schemes on this channel.
I mean, you can send me $8 if you want. I'm not gonna, to the help for the Minglewood Get Longer Streams Fund.
So my suggestion, if you want to go broke fast, buy as many wrestling DVDs as you possibly can.
Speaking of which, they're making
them again.
What's the story with that?
Yeah, they probably were like, yeah, let's at least make some money out of this, right?
Yeah, as I literally bought like the WrestleManias and things like that on eBay like 2 weeks before they announced that. So I got them for cheap. I mean, you're getting
you can still. I feel like
it's not like I'm not going to watch them. $25 a piece. There's 4 volumes. It's like, yeah, okay, that's a quick, easy decision.
That's like buying one pay-per-view back in the day and getting 6 for free. So
it's all good.
Yeah. I don't really have any ways to make money except go buy every single copy of Fleetwood Mac Rumors that you could find 20 years ago,
or Steely Dan records,
and then try to sell those now.
Have we talked about that when I came to Pittsburgh, looking at like the Steely Dan records for like, I literally got their entire discography for like $5-6, like total.
Dude, yeah,
those were dollar records all day. Yep. They were dollar records all day, and you could upgrade for just about the same. Now they're charging $15 and $18 for Pretzel Logic.
Yep. Yeah.
What a time to be involved with records, man.
Josh, give me thanks. Yeah, we used to go to the thrift store together. I would get some records. Josh, your dad also sold me a big box of records that made up a good deal of my collection. He was a big Chicago fan, and he had the Chicago
first CTA album, man.
His first CTA album was in there, and maybe the Chocolate Bar one, and also the Carnegie Hall box set. So
That's actually a decent live show. I mean, it's like 18 hours long because it's like 37
Will
records, but
there
it's
be a
really good.
Chicago album on our top 500? The answer is no. So let me show you what I've been listening to this week. So again, all weird stuff. Like I don't know, every week it's always weird stuff for me. This was an eBay score. It is probably going to be hard to see it because it's all the way down at the bottom. But Frankie and Los Matadors, if you guys remember, in a Glass Orchid number 5, I think I wrote about Los Apson.
Okay.
So Frankie Gomez, probably Gomez was he was one of the like main singers in the band, and he sort of went solo. So where
Okay.
like Los Apson was really focused on sort of um, covering the hits of the day, sort of, but then tossing some their other lyrics over top of it, basically. Are you writing that down? Is this something that you want to are you going to go research, Steve?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
If
all
it's
right.
something I'm not familiar with, yeah.
Okay, so but Frankie he was more sort of focused on writing his own songs and doing that whole thing. So, but the music's great. The music is just like uh, it's such feel good music. And when Sam and I were in Mexico, I was like searching out all these bands and stuff like that. So, um,
When did you guys go to Mexico?
about 12 years ago. So, but yeah, we went to like some of like flea markets, and I was like looking for these and things like that. So
Right on.
I have
Very
I have
cool.
a small clutch of them. But again, it's kind of like I would say it's like as close as you can get to ska music with like, like you can't listen to ska music and like not be happy. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
so that's sort
What's
of like where sort of thing that it fills that void.
I saw a meme where somebody said the ska music, the best analogy I've ever heard for it. It's like what a kid hears when he gets an extra mozzarella stick with his order.
Yeah, that's it. Some good stuff.
So
Still has a yeah, he did give me Carnegie Hall Live. Didn't know. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Yeah, he sure did. The specials. Yeah, there you go. Some great
yeah,
bands.
yeah, right on.
Um, so
Do the dog.
Steve, we got hooked up with Ernie B. Millions
We
of records
did.
this week.
We did.
One CD that I got was Country Joe McDonald live in New York, 1971. It's
Oh,
not that good. It's a double disc. It was only
really?
$6. Um, what are your thoughts on Country Joe? What's your like?
I'm
What's
a casual fan, you know.
okay?
Just this, casual at best.
Well, like I think the what intrigues me about his career is that um, really like 1969. So he does the big Woodstock thing. He's in the Woodstock film, um, and then they do like one more album, and that's it. And then they had a reunion album in 1977, which is just absolute trash. But I do have it.
Really?
Um,
Why is it trash? What's wrong with it?
I mean, it's
Is it just like late 70s rock?
yeah, it's 7 years too late, basically. Um, so he's trying to figure out his own thing. He never really had a solo album that was. I mean, I don't know. I like. Have you ever heard the one that he did that was? It's all like the Woody Guthrie tunes. Have
Mm-mm.
you heard that one? It's pretty
No.
good. It's definitely like if you like folk music and things like that. He covers like a lot of Woody Guthrie and Pastors of Plenty and things like that. So this is sort of like right around that time. I think it came out in 1970. They had some extra studio time, and he just like went in and just did stuff all by himself. So it's an interesting, it's a broadcast recording, so it sounds pretty great.
A lot of
Um,
tape hiss.
no, actually,
No.
it's really good. I mean, there's a few dropouts here and there, but for the
Mm.
most part, it's whatever. And there's like a message that they're like, this is W blah, 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 in New York, and just want to let our viewers know that coming up, there's a song that Country Joe is going to sing that there's a word in it that not a lot of people may like, and you may want to tune in after 10 o'clock. And I swear that's on there. And of course, he does the fish chair. So yeah, it's cool, man. It's an interesting thing, and it's definitely out there on YouTube. Um, and the last thing I wanted to talk about was
Ooh, baby.
Heroes and Villains. This is the newest Grapefruit set. The Sounds of Los Angeles, 1965 to 1968. Dude, this thing is incredible. This is just Um, kind of, it's by British guys, so it's sort of like them feeding. I always feel like there's something like you think about like how blues rock kind of came back around, where it's like the British sold it back to us and whatever, you know what I mean? Same thing with rock and roll with the Beatles. They kind of like reminded us like, yeah, this is good. You guys should do this. But like just that sort of that perspective on things. They take you through the whole thing. There's cuts on here from the Monkees. Frank Zappa is on here, which he never really does compilations like this. So they said it's like the first time that this has ever happened, where the Zappa family was like, yeah, you can use a song that's on something else. So
There was a Mojo issue where he was on.
okay,
It was like the fast version of Susie Cream Cheese.
huh? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, John Mayall and stuff. Yeah, John Mayall. Ooh. I'm gonna have to make a little note here on a piece of paper.
Is it the Turning Point?
That's a good one. That's also a good one.
Laurel Canyon Blues.
That's a good one too, man.
Was-
But just a quick thing of this. So there's you have Strawberry Alarm Clock, you have Love, the Beach Boys are on here. Peanut Butter Conspiracy, The Association. It's just really cool to sort of see the evolution of like the early. It's kind of in chronological order too, which is cool. So it's like it's that
Right
early
on.
like 1966, and then it moves. By the end of it, it's kind of like Iron Butterfly and Clear Light and stuff like that. So um, yeah, Buffalo Springfield's on here. It's really good.
Right
So
on.
that's that. So that's all that I had. So 21 minutes, Steve. We just blew through that today. So
We did. Hey, one thing I want to mention. It just came out. It came back out in March, so never mind. No, it didn't. It was recorded in March 30th, 1985. Prince and the Revolution live. I've been listening to that all day today. I just got, for whatever reason, just got a notification that it was out and streamed it, and it's really good. I tell you, Prince, I know that after he passed, his estate said there's enough stuff in the vault that they can continue to crank stuff out. So he's going to be somebody, I guess, like Zappa or, one of these other artists that have passed away, but there's continuously new music coming out of the vault. So I'm pretty sure Prince is going to be one of those next artists that's going to start having release after release after release.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you draw the line on that? Where does that
on Prince?
Well, just like if we think about like Jimi Hendrix, for instance, right? Like,
right.
Where does it end? Where is it like? Where does it become like way too much? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I don't.
The things that like, as an artist, you record things. You say this is what's good for the album, and you put it out, right? So you'd say that Jimi Hendrix's output is what he thought was the best of the best, right? Maybe there was other stuff in the vault, but
sure.
Where do we draw that line? What do you think?
Well, I think, obviously it varies from artist to artist, but I also think that as long as the quality is there, there's been some rough bootleg stuff and that's what it truly is, bootleg that has been released officially. That's just tough. I think some of like the work throughs and rehearsals, I think are a bit much. When they got studio chatter, like they did that with the Zappa release.
Okay.
Where it was just them like working in the studio and Zappa just, basically essentially, yeah. And something like that, I think is a little redundant, but live shows and demos and things like that, keep releasing that stuff. I'm all right with it.
Okay. Yeah. I just was wondering what your take on that was.
So, but while they're going over songs and hashing out set lists and things like that, I'll pass.
Have you ever heard the Fleetwood Mac box set? Have you ever heard that? It's like a yellow box. So it has like sort of like the Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. It has that album. It has Mr. Wonderful. I forget what else is on there. The Poise God of Omen. But then there's like stuff where they're trying to work out, and they like do the same track maybe about 20 times, where they just are like, like trying to get it together. So
yeah, that's a bit
excessive.
Much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't even listen to something like that by the MC5. So.
Okay.
Maybe I would. Maybe maybe the one band where I'm like, all right.
I have some stuff that's pretty questionable. So
yeah,
just the way they are. So Do we want to
Ready
give a
to-
recap of?
No, join our Facebook page, and that's when you get the recap. I got 10 people on there. No, I'm not going to
Join
be that
our
guy.
Patreon. No.
No. Yeah. Let's give a quick recap. Do you have it handy? Because I don't.
Okay, all right. Then, oh no, that's not good.
It's on my phone, and I'm using my phone. So
Okay.
hold on. Let me.
No. That's fine.
No. It's too much pressure now. We got to, Mark.
We should probably write this down.
I do have it written down. It's just upstairs.
All right. So can we still talk about what we had? Like, I'm trying to think of what was off the top of my head.
All right, I'm going away for a second. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right, I'm gonna send you this, and you look at it, and we're on the fly, folks.
That's right. Without a net.
This is all the stuff and more. All right. Well, I'll send it to you, but do you want me to read it?
Woo! So we have 30 so far. Is that correct?
We have 30.
Okay.
I'm back.
I will read it.
You got to read it in a funny voice, though.
Do you like Pizza Hut?
So you understand.
This is the Minglewood Top 500 albums of all time. This is in no numerical order, just the albums that we dig a lot. We have Revolver, Dark Side of the Moon, Kick Out the Jams, Exile on Main Street, Zep 2, Velvet Underground and Nico, New Day Rising, The Doors, Gilded Palace of Sin, Abbey Road, Live Dead, Desire, Bull of the Woods, which you have listed as Bill of the Woods, so I'm going to call it that from here on out. Bill of the Woods by the 13th Floor Elevators. Terrapin Station, Rocket to Russia, At Fillmore East, Let It Bleed, The Live Adventures of Bloomfield, and Al Cooper. Hot Rats, Freak Out, Funhouse, Relationship of Command, What's Going On, Odyssey and Oracle, All Things Must Pass, At Folsom Prison, Blue, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, Is This It, and Surf's Up.
I wasn't listening. Can you repeat that?
Show. So we have 30. We have 30 albums so far.
Load it, baby.
That's great. So you said you listened to Relationship of Command.
I did. I listened to that Sunday last week.
What was your what was the big one that jumped out at you? Send Transmission from the One on Scissor?
Yeah, probably. I know that's probably the most well-known song on there, I guess. But that I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that's the closest thing to Kick Out the Jams that we got. I mean, it's just high energy. It's just a good record. It's loud, it's fast, it's high energy.
Bo said no Tom's Jones unsubscribed.
You should see the Facebook post.
He's not on Facebook, so that's the funny part. So we're just not going to say anything about it. We're just going to say that there was a Tom Jones related post on our Facebook page today. So
good God Almighty. Well, it's a good thing that the musical career worked out.
Watch your eyes. Shield your eyes, Frank. Shield your eyes, Frank.
I think it could have a very another successful venture in a different kind of entertainment industry had the music thing not worked out. What's new, Pussycat? Indeed.
Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Okay, so let's do this.
We jumping into this?
Yes.
Right,
my first pick of the night.
Oh, you're going first. Okay.
Is one inspired by the Heroes and Villains, The Sounds of Los Angeles. I'm going to go with Love Forever Changes.
That was going to be my second or third pick tonight, but I'm glad that you said that. I believe, Bo, is that your favorite record of all time?
She's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a great tune.
Yeah.
I would say if I would pick one Tom Jones tune, and I did, and when I DJ'd a little bit, I would definitely play that one. So
very cool.
What was your pick, Steve?
I am going to pick "Let It Be" by the Replacements.
Oh, curveball, baby.
I absolutely love that record. That is a record that I listened to Very often when we
So
were in quarantine. So
talk to me about the Replacements. They're one group that I really have
they're
no understanding.
they're a harder version of Big Star.
Okay.
They're like, I mean, they're another Minneapolis band, just like Husker Du, but they're like a heavier Big Star. Like if Big Star was formed in the like in 1979, they would sound like the Replacements.
Now Big Star, the YouTube guy.
Yep,
Mm. Fred.
with my baby beside me.
Never found any of their stuff where I find records. Yeah, Big Star. I've only ever found reissues. Never have seen.
And those are out of print too, because
Oh, okay.
I have Radio City. I was going to get the first one. I was like, let me see what that thing goes for 70 to $100, the reissue.
Whew.
Yeah, so yeah, all that stuff's unfortunately out of print. So
I had no idea.
yep. So if you got those reissues, they're almost as worth as much as the originals now.
Yeah, and I do. So very cool. Number 2 for me is going to be a little band that we talked a little bit about on our Facebook page this week. Can Tago Mago. Paper House, baby. Paper House. What do you think of that album, Steve?
Love it.
Is it your favorite? Is it your favorite Can album? Or is that Monster Movie?
I think it's Monster Movie, but only by here. But that can change with the weather. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say Monster Movie, but by that much.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go with Coltrane, as we talked about.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with A Love Supreme.
Ooh, A Love Supreme. So, there was definitely a time in my life where I remember going to Half Price Books. You remember like when Half Price Books would only play jazz? Did they do that like at your place? Like they wouldn't play like they wouldn't play like
it my Half Price Books. There was two people that worked behind the counter, and they were both in a band. I can't remember either one of their names, but like she was a big MC5 fan and a big Blue Cheer fan. He was a big kind of like 70s rock, but like early 70s rock, and they would play jazz all the time and things like that. But occasionally when there was nobody in there, they would put on something a little bit heavier. But I remember what finally got me talking to them is he had a Stooges shirt on, and they're like, oh, you'd probably like our band. And yeah, it was pretty good. But yes, I remember that they almost exclusively played jazz.
They would only play jazz, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, they I remember like the first time, like when I bought Blue Train, and then like the first time I heard Blue Train in Half Price Books, I was like, I made it. Like you're like because it was all, to be fair, like there's a lot of jazz music out there that's just innocuous, right? Like it's just like,
it is.
Unless you know what it is, you don't really know what it is. So
understand. Oldies Radio brings up Stars. So Good, So Bad's a great song. Yeah, all that stuff, Stars and Angel, all that like mid 70s, like just Casablanca. I think they were on Casablanca too. Yeah, all that stuff is really, really good. So
the Half Price Books of 2009, 2010 isn't the one of today. Let me tell you what, the Half Price Book
from 2000.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Woo! Oldies Radio. If you were only not a child at that time, man, was that a time to be alive, Steve? Let's just put it like, let's say that like everything was pretty much either like $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, and then like Beatles records were like $10, and then everything else was $1. Like that's pretty much how it was. But yeah, those were the days, my friend.
And the dollar bin was stacked, and if something was $8, just look in the dollar bin, because chances are they're pretty close in the same quality of the record and condition wise and things like that. It's just overstock, and sometimes their overstock would be put in there.
Dude, what a
just get on your knees, dig, and boom, you'll pull it out.
What I mean, see, and a lot of the stuff that I did was, I would say, I did get most of my 45s at that time, just because there was just incredible stuff. Like there was just absolutely incredible 45s that you could
98 cents. I've got my
ours were 50. They were all 50 cents here.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I had I've got Start Me Up with the jacket, and it's got the 98-cent price tag on it. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's tough, man.
that was I applied there in maybe 2007. And one of the questions that they asked me in the interview was if there was anything you could change with the store, what would it be? And I had mentioned that I felt the records were, um, and yeah, blame me for this, but I told them because they do profit sharing. I don't know if you know that or not.
No, I did
So
not
if
know
you
that.
work there, and I don't know if they still do, but they did at the time. So they were like, how do you make the most money that we can make? And they were like, well, we do profit sharing. So what would you change about the store that you could generate more revenue for us? And I was like, you need to look at the records because you guys are just giving stuff away. Um, and I did get the job, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Um, so And then, of course, I worked at FYE for about 3 hours. I think I showed you that paycheck that I had, right?
Yeah.
Right. Both birds flying, walking out of there. Where they're like, if somebody uses a debit card, you can give them these free magazines. But wait a second. Well, they have to cancel the subscription. That's on them. That's not on you. It's like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
gonna do that. Hey, pick out any magazines that you want here.
Second and Charles. They do that every single time. Would you like to get these 3 free magazines? I'm all set, but you can pick any. I'm not buying mags. I'm all set. Who reads magazines anymore?
Who
Like
does?
I don't want
Chat.
People.
Who
I
still
don't want
reads
Vanity Fair.
magazines?
I don't want Entertainment Weekly. I don't want Us Weekly.
Oh yeah, they were always, and I mean, it was like if you had
It's
to pick,
garbage.
if
It's
you had
like
to
who
pick
wants
three,
this?
I mean, it wasn't even like Rolling Stone and Alternate Press or
No,
Revolver. It was none of that. Spin, I don't think was an option.
it was
Uh,
just butt magazines.
but
You know,
magazines.
Us Weekly and no, there wasn't butt magazines. You know, there was
If there
just
was
like
butt
just
magazines,
we could probably make a lot of sales. It's like, yeah, I want this one. Can I only get 3? Can I get 2 subscriptions?
what if I
But
buy
no, it
something
was.
else? Can I get a fourth one?
I mean, it's like the most it's like the checkout stuff. It's like the crap you see at the checkout of your grocery
Have
store.
Have you looked at some of those magazines recently? Have you noticed
No,
like that they're just so we have there's a the chain grocery store that's near my house. They still have that like section of magazines, like maybe like an 8-foot section, 16-foot section. It's pretty big.
Mhm.
Um, but like the stuff that they have in there is just weird. Like it's like there's all those like Time Magazine, Rolling Stones, Time Magazine, Jimmy Buffett, Time Magazine, all those like very like here's just a whole bunch or Life Magazine, whatever it is.
Sure.
Like they have all those, and then like I don't know. I just feel like there was better magazine choices when we were kids. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunately it's a dead media, and I'm not
Yeah,
putting down magazines. I mean, heck, you and I did an entire episode on magazines.
yeah,
So, I mean, it's unfortunately it's dead media. I mean, it really is.
yeah. Well,
So,
I had gone down to look at the Pro Wrestling Illustrated and see if I could get like one of those little, the little like cards that they put in there, like the subscription
yeah,
cards. And then I realized like if you just go on their online thing, it's like the exact same price as like what the subscription card is. And I was just like, yeah, Giant Eagle is correct, Bo. You are correct. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Steve, when he came to Pittsburgh, he wanted to go to Giant Eagle, and we unfortunately didn't get to do that. So
it's okay.
next time that you come, we'll get a Turner's tea, and I don't know what else does Giant Eagle have that's important to get.
Ken Takove action figures.
So yeah, so let's get a pick number 3. I think it's
That's
my
you.
turn. My turn.
Yep.
Another record that we mentioned this morning, yeah, earlier in the show is Captain Beefheart, 12th Mass Replica.
Was wondering when that was coming up.
Tin Teardrop.
I cannot go back to your frown land. It's fast and bulbous. Got me.
It's like a tin teardrop. We bought
All right,
salmon when we were there. We did buy salmon. I made Bo a fantastic salmon dinner.
Look at you.
That's what I do.
Man, the hostess with the mostest.
That's me.
All right, dude love. I'm going with oof.
Creedence Clearwater
What?
Revival, Mardi Gras.
No. I listened to that yesterday. Holy God. I'd like to, I mean, that just shows you what an integral part
Sweet
that Tom
Hitchhiker.
Fogarty was of that band, because good God, without him, they were like, see ya. I mean, that is, whoo. I mean, that is just
Tearing up country.
oof. Let's talk about some good music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Cheap Trick, but I'm gonna go with Budokan.
Okay.
I almost went with Heaven and Night or the first record or even In Color, but I think I'm going to go with Budokan. I literally bought that at half price books. The record was already kind of worn, and I literally wore out the grooves of that record, just playing it over and over and over and over again. But that was on a Crosley too, so I'm sure that didn't help. But that's a great record.
It was on a bandsaw. Okay, so I'm gonna nominate my first pick that I know that you and I both really like this album, but
Okay.
I feel like this is definitely gonna be one that's gonna be again it's more the personal.
Mad Dogs and English.
I don't know. Did you listen to that? Did you listen?
No,
You promised it. Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't. I told you I would, and I did. I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
got busy.
That's
So,
okay. I forgive you.
thank you very much.
But Aerosmith, Night in the Ruts. I'm gonna go ahead and nominate
Wow.
that.
Okay. All right.
And again, as we talked about, this may, we may expand this to 1,000, but I figured I'd throw that one up on the board. So,
Right on.
put it on the board.
Put it on the board. Let's you know what? Since we're doing that, Adam I just talked about Jenny Lewis.
Let me flip over to page 17, right?
So Jenny Lewis, The Voyager. I love that record, as everybody just heard. But okay. This is a very eclectic list. I like it.
Ooh.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. My next pick is going to be again another jazz one that we've been talking. We talked a lot about jazz this
Kind of Blue
time around. Actually, In a Silent Way, I'm going to put on there. So
my favorite Miles Davis album. Good on you, kind sir.
There you go. Yeah, so that's a great one.
Shh, peaceful.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the
my favorite.
It's one of the first records I bought on MoFi because I was like, this deserves to have like
for sure
the cleanest pressing that I could possibly find of this. So
absolutely,
it was only like $35, and I really didn't feel guilty about it. So I remember one time I went to Half Price Books back in 2011 because it was Record Store Day. Yeah, I know they don't participate, and I got an angry lecture from my father. Tell me more, Oldies Radio. You know what they would do? Our Half Price Books around here, there was at least the one store, they would do like a Record Store Day thing where they would just like have a lot of records, and then they would like put more records out, like have them on the carts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they would do that for Record Store Day. Or they would have like, I don't know, like you could get a turntable or something like that was like on sale.
Right on.
So what happened? I feel like there's another part to that story, Oldies Radio.
Well, you can't leave us hanging.
He does not have it nor want that Mardi Gras one. Yeah, it's not good at all.
You don't need it. But give Pendulum another listen.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sailor's Lament. It's just a thought.
It's my favorite. Thought.
It's my favorite CCR song, I think.
I'm gonna pull up Mardi Gras. Looking for a reason. Take it like a friend.
Well, while you look up terrible records, I'm gonna go. And my next pick is Sly and the Family Stone.
Ooh.
Stand.
Okay.
Stand.
Okay.
Nah.
Hello, Mary Lou. That's a terrible record, dude.
It's like I listened to that record yesterday. Mardi Gras it's awful. Like I don't know who's worse, Stu Cook or Doug Clifford. Like I guess Stu Cook, because he's just like, what does he sing on there besides like a bunch of turds and just
Take It Like a Friend, Tear Up Country, Door to Door, right?
Door to Door. Oh my God.
I could imagine Tom Fogerty being like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." And
heck, his solo album's better than that.
Yeah, and then John being like, "Okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm doing Sweet Hitchhiker."
I mean, that's at least tolerable,
dude.
It's tolerable. It's compared to Take It Like a Friend and Tearing Up the Country. I tell you, you know what the best song on that record is? Someday Never Comes.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely good. But
What are you gonna do? Sail Away is all right. Sweet Hitchhiker. I mean, dude, it is what it is. I mean, yeah. Someday Never Comes is head and shoulders the best song, but it would be the worst song on
I
any
mean,
other
it's
CCR record.
yeah, honestly, the singles are all you need from that album. The two singles. So
Yeah.
Sweet Hitchhiker, and that one. That's all you need. That's all you need.
That may be the worst record in a band's discography that I can think of. And it's 28 minutes, and you know what? It's 28 minutes too long.
And I mean,
it is
Someday Never Comes like
length,
4 minutes, right? Yeah.
Someday Never Comes is 4 minutes and 1 second. Is the longest song on the record. Go figure. The longest song is a single. But dude, that album is just hot garbage. That may be, again, let me repeat this. That may be the worst album by an established good band that had a good string of records that I can think of. Like, there is, holy God, I can't imagine anybody.
Is it as worse as is it worse than Dirty Work, you think? Or
Yeah,
it's like
yes, because I think one hit to the body is at least tolerable. I think
Harlem Shuffle is okay. We've talked about that before.
Stop,
dude.
Harlem Shuffle.
You move to the left. It's perfect.
What's in that cup that you're drinking?
It's a little just a little orange thing.
Man, no, dude, that's garbage.
Have you seen the cartoon? Have you seen the They did a cartoon for it.
No, what does that make it better?
It's
they made a Rambo cartoon and it sucked too. That doesn't make it good.
It's that really weird time in the 80s when I'm not justifying the entire album, but I will justify Harlem Shuffle. Yes, it's that weird time in the 80s when it's like sort of like we had like Cool World and like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and like these sort of bizarre cartoons, and it fits right in with that.
Yeah, it fits right in the garbage. They all fit right there, nice in the garbage.
And Bo says worst album meeting that criteria: Exile on Main Street. Obviously, you missed the last episode, Bo.
Bo, I know Bo likes Brian Jones era Stones, but my goodness. Yup, I said it. Yes, you did, Bo. My goodness, Uncle Bo. Uncle Bo.
So moving on. My sixth pick of the night is going to be Nielsen Schmielsen.
Wow. Lovely pick.
Were you going to pick that too? Were you going to pick that too? So I've hit two on your list already for tonight?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Is the point going to be on the top 500?
Ooh, I don't know about that. I would maybe put Harry Nilsson and John Lennon Pussycats. Have you ever heard that album?
I have not.
Ooh.
I have not. I've heard about it. I've never heard it. Is it good? Worth seeking out?
It's so expensive. It's like a $25 record now. Yeah. They do a little Many Rivers to Cross. They cover that.
Ooh.
There's some good stuff on that. It's a good, and like so have you ever seen the Harry Nilsson? There's like a documentary about him. Have you seen that at all?
No, I have not. I have that. Okay. It's on one of the streaming services. I have
it's on Netflix. Yeah, I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
But he's like, so this is sort of like John Lennon's like Lost Weekend sort of period kind of thing, right? And it's like him and Harry just kind of like, they were just seeing who could like shout the loudest into the microphone and stuff like that. And it's like Harry blows his vocal cords. So after that album, he's like not the same. Like it's, so his, you think about his earlier albums, how he's sort of like, just sort of poppy and has a voice. And then after that, it's sort of like raspy, kind of stuff. So a little bit of Schmielsen in the Night. That's a great album too. That's the one where he's doing covers all standards. He's like lighting a cigarette like out of his hand. That was a good
one. With that funny hat on.
You got it. What do you got next?
Neil Young, Rust Never Sleeps.
Rust Never Sleeps. That's good.
Boom, bom, 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 bom.
Choo, choo, choo.
This is the story of Johnny Rotten.
I always feel like that album was like recorded a lot later than it actually is. I always feel like it feels like it's like an album from the 90s that he did, but not necessarily.
Good stuff. Pocahontas, Sail Away,
Yeah, Pocahontas is great.
Powderfinger.
What do you feel about the Neil Young Unplugged? Is it like
Eh, could have been better.
okay? How
Could have
so?
been better. I mean, I just think I'm probably judging against his other unplugged stuff because that seems to be the only archive stuff that's released
Right.
nowadays
Yep.
is just acoustic performances. So probably need to give it another listen, but it hasn't grabbed me. Like just again, the dozen of archive stuff that's been released, like every single one of them is an acoustic performance. It seems like.
And that's what's tough because it's like when you are, you know, the when you think
Yeah, so
about
much other stuff to choose from. It's like, why
right.
would you go revisit that?
I feel like at that time, like I feel like that came out like it was like in the '90s when they were doing all that.
94, 95.
Yeah, and then like I listened to it quite a bit early 2000s, but before that, there, you know, at that point there really wasn't, like you said, like we really didn't have anything that was like, you know, this is Neil Young acoustic, and then like you said, every single release since then has sort of gone that direction. So,
What about the Neil Sedaka unplugged?
that's the thing.
No.
No, okay. Neil Young allegedly helped produce Forever Changes. Are you serious, Bo?
Really?
I have a hard time kind of taking you serious, like after some of the comments that you've made tonight. So I'm gonna guess that's the real thing. So that's
I still haven't recovered from the exile comment. Love you, Bo.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Boy,
that's
howdy.
Yeah, that's
hot take. Hot take.
Number 7. I'm gonna go with another jazz one. Getson Gilberto.
Ooh, dun, 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 dun.
What are your thoughts on that one, Steve?
I love it. That's one of Leslie's favorite records of all time.
So, like, if you were to make sort of the most vanilla jazz collection ever, would you put that record in there?
I feel like that's like degrading a little bit, you know? Like the most acceptable jazz records, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I guess by default. But I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know, like a poking at it a little bit.
So you don't think it's aged? Like we'll say in the last 20 years, has it aged well, or do you think it's sort of like?
Yeah, no, I think it's aged well.
Oh, yeah,
I think
okay.
I think so. I think it's. I mean, it's a jazz standard, right? At this point,
well,
it's
right.
like one of those handful of jazz records that you need in your collection if you want to collect.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So, I am going to pick an album that I talked about a while ago, and I love it. I'm not sure if Mark loves it as much as I do. I'm going to guess not, but that is Something Anything by Todd Rundgren.
I just have no reference point for that. I just
Okay.
don't. He's that Stan Getz record with the banger elevator music. It's not. What's the one that's the? Oh man, what's the one on? No, that's do 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 do. What the heck is the name of that song? Oh man, shall I look at the internet? You know the one that's like it's like the elevator song. It's eluding me right now. It's on Verve. What is that one called? Oh man. No. See, there's another one. Girl from Ipanema is the tune. That's the tune. But then there's another one that's like the. Oh man, what is it?
Chet Baker.
No, it's on Verve. It's. I feel like it's like music from. I don't know, the jungle or something like that.
Music from the Jungle?
No.
Guns N' Roses.
Dude, Sweet Child of Mine was on. Or not Sweet Child of Mine. Knocking on Heaven's Door. DVE was playing that this weekend, and I was doing the hi.
Does Appetite for Destruction make it on the list?
Dude, I wouldn't put a single Guns N' Roses. I won't. If somebody's gonna put it on, it's gonna be you. So that's on you, Steve.
Okay. No pressure.
Oh man, what the heck is that name? Um,
Dun,
I'm gonna phone a
dun,
friend
dun,
here.
dun, 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 dun. Banger on hold music next to
Next to Spanish Flea. Oh man. Um, we
we
did.
have that we have that really annoying like loud piano music on hold here when you call the DMV. It's like dun 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 dun, and it's like this like piano that you're like you got to hold the phone away. You could literally lay the phone down and go in the kitchen and it would still be loud. It's like God Almighty.
it's
And then when you get off a hold, it's like hello, yeah, I'm here. Hello, yeah, I'm here. Hello, there's nobody in the hang up, and it's like God, I got to do this all over again.
it's not it's not the one that's the
Oh, that's a banger.
That's-
Yeah, that's
we appreciate your patience as you remain on hold.
a representative will be with you shortly.
Yep, that's it.
Dun, da, 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 da.
I'm still trying to figure out what the name of that song is. So,
Shall we pick a record?
yeah. Is it my turn? Right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Fleetwood Mac. Then Play On.
My favorite Fleetwood Mac record. Very nice.
Yep. What do you got next?
I am going to go with the far superior Blood, Sweat, and Tears record. And that is their sophomore album, if anybody doesn't know. Present company excluded.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. No comment. You'll have your choice on another Blood, Sweat, and Tears album at some point or another.
What's your next pick, Senor Ditch?
This is my first pick from the 2000s.
Ooh.
Well, other than At the Drive-In was that was 99 or 2000? I can't remember. Anyhow, this is from even later than that. I'm gonna go with King Tough, The Other.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
Not at all.
It's on Sub Pop.
I love it already.
Yeah, that is an incredible album. I want to say it came out in 2018, either 2017 or 2018. If it was 2017, it was the end of 2017. But man, that is a great album.
I am going with the first Crosby, Stills, and Nash record.
I was just here. I'll do the David Crosby for you. That's such a great meme. Yes, that album is. Let me just tell you,
Guinevere.
the harmonies on that album are absolutely incredible, and there's not a like that album is just it flows right into.
It's not a waste, not a wasted moment at all.
No, that is an amazing album, and like I said to you today. See you in the 70s. That's what I hope he said to Chris Hillman.
Woo!
Number 10 for me is a little one I was singing before we went on the air. Merle Haggard.
Ooh.
Branded Man. Hard to pick an album for him. One particular album. Okay. Phone a friend. Here we go. Rainforest. Walter Wanderley. That's the album. And if you look at the songs on there, I probably shouldn't play it because I'm sure we'll get a copyright strike if we play it.
Go for it. What are they going to do? We'll just re-upload it. You save these.
Do we want to do that? You want to do it?
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to kill the stream?
No.
If we play 30 seconds of it, we'll be fine. Also, can we make a Big Lebowski joke about Brandon when we get back? Especially some of the earlier episodes.
Yeah, it's a song called Summer Samba. So give me 1 second to play it here. Did you know with Liberty Mutual, you can customize your car insurance?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
All right, here you go. I'm going to play like 2 seconds of it.
Right on. Okay.
That's the tune.
That is the tune. My turn.
Yeah, so I picked 10, two of which I picked two of yours.
Miles Davis, Kind of Blue.
Okay.
So that needs to be on the list, and so it's on the list.
Was talking with Jerry on the phone today,
Yeah.
and he was talking about, he said that we were talking about albums that you can't, he's in the same thing. I feel like there's sort of this thing going around with all my record friends that we're like, it's time to start thinning the herd, right? And he was telling me, Bo, you gave me advice. You said get rid of the ones that you can buy back again, but the ones that are pretty hard to get, you want to hold on to those ones. And kind of pass that on to Jerry as well. He's a 6i Miles Davis Kind of Blue, and he said he got it in a box of just absolute trash from somebody on Facebook Marketplace for like $10, and that was the diamond in the rough. And I was like, you'll never get that. You'll never get a 6i pressing of that ever again.
Not anymore. Nope, not
You'll
anymore.
never get that. That ship has sailed, so hold on to that one.
Yep.
So
what you got?
I only wrote down 10. I'm sorry. I just kind of.
Are you serious?
I kind of petered out here, but I can keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's go for a while still. I'm itching to do this.
Okay, let's go with the band.
Ooh, you going with the Brown album? You're not going with Pink?
I'll go with Big Music from Big Pink.
Okay.
Again, I think that I'll nominate the Brown album down the road. But I think that, again, the Brown album is more of maybe a personal favorite of mine, but I feel like Big Pink is, I speak for both of us when I say Big Pink.
I agree. Let's go with Yes, the Yes album.
Ooh. Do you have like the first pressing of that that's just like, or the first US pressing of that, or do you have a UK pressing of that?
Yeah, I've got the US pressing.
The UK one is the one with the speech balloon, and then like the US pressings, it's like in yellow, and then like the guys are like standing in a graveyard or something like that.
No, the Yes album with like Starship Trooper. And,
okay. I'm sorry.
Yours is No Disgrace and all that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking
but I have the one of the graveyard as well. I have that one. I have a promo copy of that.
That's not the Yes album. That one is just Yes.
Yes.
No, that's what
the Yes album is. No, yeah, and the Yes album is literally titled the Yes album.
The Yes album. I'm sorry.
Not to confuse anybody, except you confuse everybody. But
let's see. Where can we go from there? Let's do Echo and the Bunnymen.
Ooh, which one? Because there's one on my list.
I'm gonna just say what's the silver one? Is it just the Echo and the Bunnymen album? Let me consult the archives here. Yes, just Echo and the Bunnymen. That one.
Okay.
The one with the game, Lips Like Sugar. Lips like sugar. So here's a story. Let's talk about that album for a second. That's the only Echo and the Bunnymen album that I've ever listened to. That's it.
That's a shame. That's a shame,
the only
man.
One, because I feel like there's no way that any of the other albums could be better than that.
Ocean Rain was the album I was thinking of. Ocean Rain will be on there.
Okay.
So it's a good one, man.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Your pick.
What do I want to go with next? I think that we should throw London Calling by The Clash on there.
London Calling. Arm & Hammer Advanced White commercial from the 2000s had that song you described. It's
really.
I feel like Napoleon Dynamite had that song in it. So.
All right, this is for
Bo,
our
what'd
list.
What'd you get for your 6i press, Bo? Said he had a 6i press. Matt sold it for me. He got it for $5. I mean, dude, Kind of Blue.
Good one.
So I, so I had a Miles Davis CD. One of my first introductions to Miles Davis. There was a Miles Davis Greatest Hits, and I can look up and tell you what was on it. I've since sold it because it was kind of redundant. Everything that I had was already on there. Um, Odie's Radio said, "Forget everything I said about that commercial." Okay, it's already been forgotten. Um, but like pretty much, it had almost. I think maybe it didn't have like Freddie the Freeloader, but it had flamenco sketches and and everything like that. It had pretty
Yeah.
much the entire album of Kind of Blue on it. And I would put that on and I would fall asleep to it. And I never made it to like this like the end of the record or the CD, and it was in chronological order. And then there was the one from the 80s. Was it Tutu? What is that? You know what I mean? There's some
Yes, you are
like
under arrest or something like that.
yes,
That's
it's
oof,
like and like
terrible.
one time I like just listened to it like when I was like driving or something like that. I was like, this is so bad. Like I can't do this. So
Not good. It's not good.
my pick, huh?
Yes.
What's a letter that we haven't picked from? I'm gonna pick a letter. Um, oh, I'm gonna say the M's. I'm gonna give you. Oh man, let's see. This is going to be one that is sort of a personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
No, we did talk about did we want to do compilations or not?
Absolutely.
Um,
We can do kind of whatever, I think, you know?
it's our list, man.
Yeah,
We can do whatever we want to.
absolutely.
I'm going to go with, and this might strike you kind of interesting. We've never ever talked about this, but I'm going to talk to you about uh, the Mamas and the Papas, their second album, Mamas and the Papas.
I saw her again last night.
Dude, talk about that's my I can tell you a very specific time in my life where I was living that song. Living it. I was living that song, man. Yeah. So put that one on there.
Perfect. It's on there. Um, I'm gonna throw this album up there. This will probably be the last album by this band that'll be on there because they'll have two, and that's Husker Du with Flip Your Wig.
Bubba Bubba, flip your wig.
Yep. Okay, I got a couple of good ones really left. I think you're really going to dig. So this is we just said this is pick 43 for both of us. So now we're on to pick 44. What number do you want to go to this evening?
Uh, we could maybe go to 50. Do you want to go to
Okay.
get 50?
You want to go to
Since
60?
you can do whatever you want to, man. We got.
I got time, brother. I hope everybody else out there is enjoying this as much as we are because I am super jazzed to be doing this. So
Okay. So I'm gonna throw another sort of this is a sidearm one, but I want to get this on the list because I think
okay.
it's a record that everybody needs to hear.
Are you saying Goldfrapp?
Seventh Tree, or is that what you were gonna? I mean, that should be on there. I feel like that should be on there.
Okay.
You
What's your
save that for your
picks?
next pick. I'm gonna say Sandy Bull, E Pluribus Unum. I know you've listened to that. You really
I
haven't.
like it.
You like
Yeah.
that one? Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I think that's a record that let me write this down before I forget. I think that's kind of one of those records that's best enjoyed kind of by yourself, like in isolation, so to speak. Like that's not really like, hey, I just got paid and like this is my Saturday night record or whatever. It's definitely an album that you just kind of want to
It's like
sit
a Sunday
back and
evening.
yeah,
Put your
kind of
headphones
like
on.
exactly.
And
Perfect. It's a headphones record. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So I am going to say, why don't we go with Village Green by the Kinks?
Ooh. Okay. All right.
I think that's Chris Brzezinski's favorite record.
I believe so. Yeah.
I know he's a big Ray Davies fan. All right, Mark, you are Stepping up to the plate, sir.
Scott Walker, Scott 4.
Ooh wee.
That one is a great album.
Okay.
I mean, they're all good. Like Scott
They're all
1
good.
1 through
Yeah.
4. Which one do you like the most?
Probably 4.
I mean, the Seventh Seal is exactly like the
It's
movie of the Seventh Seal.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
didn't you
that's
know that I'm not the world's strongest man when it comes to you? That's another album I learned from Mojo, man. Mojo message boards. They're always talking about Scott Walker. What was the Vinyl Fever? What was the Scott Walker Record Store Day comp? Was it just like I didn't see that. Hello,
somebody said
by the
Bubba
way.
Buff Flip Your Wig. Isn't that the Weird Paul song?
Wait,
I was just thinking about
where?
Weird Paul. Vital Fever.
Okay.
I had a brain fart. I was like, what? So, but yeah, is Weird Paul going to be on the top 500? My father's toe. My father.
Boy Child. Okay, I'll have to look at that. I was driving the car the other day and there was just like a beach ball beside the road, and I was just like,
Beach ball.
beach
Beach
ball, it's a
ball.
one
It's a one
pack.
pack. Do, 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 do. All right, I'm up. Let's go ahead and slam this on the list. I'm surprised it's taken both of us get to this so
Hold one
long, but
second here. Let's just back up the bookmobile. Oldies Radio. Weird Paul is from Pittsburgh, and
yes.
I often run into him. I've seen him. He works at Spencer Gifts.
Hot water heater.
He works at Spencer Gifts. It's really close to my house, and yeah, I see him all the time. So it's this guy's got a bone
Bone
disease,
disease.
peanut butter recall.
I remember them all.
Oh
I
man,
want a dome light.
I got drunk at Chuck E. Cheese. I've met him. I've seen him in concert. He used to do this thing called a. He did. There's a lot of weirdos in Pittsburgh, not just Weird Paul, but there are other sort of weirdo freaks, which is great. Those are my kind of people. Is the hair real? It absolutely is 100% real. And he had this thing that there's a kind of like a small bar kind of place in Pittsburgh called Howler's Coyote Cafe. My band had the pleasure of playing there, and it was one of the best shows we ever had. And but Weird Paul was putting on the Weird Paul variety show. It was actually the Weird Paul 99-cent variety show. And so when you went in, the cover was 99 cents. And so like I gave him a buck, and like he had a bag full of pennies, and he was like was like trying to give me a penny, and I'm just like, no, like just it's fine, like it's like just keep the penny. And he was just like, no, like it's a 99-cent variety show, not a $1. And like, and I didn't know who he was at the time, so this was probably 14, 15 years ago, and I was just like, this guy is absolutely nuts. And yeah, that was it. I might have posted a video a long time ago. I'll have to dig it up and see. But like, I'm definitely walking out of the bar singing um, "Got Drunk at Chuck E. Cheese" because he was playing that. He was doing like, it was like all request. Like he had this bag full of every single song he did, and they were just pulling a song out. And
Oh wow.
yeah, Weird Paul's he is an institution.
Absolutely.
So I'm sorry. Yeah,
No.
but
You
what were we talking about?
super session.
Super Session. I know Bo is not really he's no longer a fan of Super Session. Bo, you want to talk about that?
Like, is there a specific reason where you're just like, I don't like this record
He
anymore?
said he said it was one of the records that he got rid of. Um, I don't know. It's one of my favorite. Like I could listen to that record. I don't know, all the time.
It's a good one.
It's just one that like um yeah, it doesn't matter what mood I'm in. Like I can play that. For me, let me think. So let me maybe I'll give you another oddball one. What's it?
Please.
Let's let me think here. Uh, Serge Gainsbourg, History of Melody Nelson. How about that one? Have you heard that one, Steve?
I don't think so.
Oh, Melody. It's a good one.
Serge Gainsbourg, what was it?
History of Melody Nelson. It's in French, the way it's spelled, but if you just do History of Melody Nelson, then that's it. Now,
Okay.
now Josh has joined. Now Josh. Oh, hey Josh, what's up? How are you?
What's up, Josh?
How have you been, man? One of the VC OGs, going from way back.
Let's do Guided by Voices with Alien Lanes. And that brings us to, this is going to be your 47th pick overall. And again, these are no numerical order.
Flaming Lips, Soft Bulletin.
Oh, wee.
I know which one you were going to say. You know, you and I have a lot of that. We like the same artist, but then we have, the albums are not necessarily the same. So
Just think Peak Robots is just a...
it probably is.
I don't know. But you can't argue with Soft Bulletin. I mean, that's a neo psychedelic classic. So, I mean, I won't protest and argue with that one much at all. Let's go with Big Star. And for right now, I want to do Radio City. I think that's a good one.
Next picks, I'm going to go with the Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullocks.
Had that on last week. There's too many problems. Why am I here? Woo! Let's do John Prine, his first record.
Okay. Is that the one where he's sitting on the bales of hay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore.
Let's go with. Oof, this is going to be tough. But I just want to make a decision here. I'm just going to say. I'm going to say Sonic Youth, 1,000 Leaves.
Ooh, with the dockle, daddy. Okay, I'm digging that one, man. Let's go with.
You're writing these down, right? Because I'm not. I've kind of stopped writing them. Okay.
I'm writing them down. Don't worry, I got it. Let's do Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach.
Does that have Sam Stone on it? I don't think that's.
Yes. Yeah.
That is,
yeah.
Okay.
It's got Sam Stone, Illegal Smile, Spanish Pipe Dream, Donna and Linda. Your flag decal won't get you heaven anymore. Angel of Montgomery. I think I just named side one, but yeah, that's yeah.
And if you want to get a little silly,
Ooh.
You can always listen to Al Cooper Naked Songs, which also has Sam Stone on it.
He does a really intense version of that. And by intense, I mean
he broke his last balloon. Let's see. Let's go to.
We haven't said CCR yet.
We haven't said CCR yet. Here's another. I'm gonna give you another curveball. I'm just putting good. I'm throwing out some good stuff here. This is some good stuff.
Throw them. Keep them
Bert
going.
Jansch. That's with a J. JANSC.
Is it Happy Birthday?
No, that's Birthday Blues is the one.
Birthday Blues.
No, that's not the one. I'm gonna do L.A. Turnaround, which was produced by Mike Nesmith. Josh, we are doing our pick of the top 500 albums of all time, and we are documenting it. We are going to put it on our Facebook page. I don't know if you have Facebook. I don't know if you are or not, but I'll get it to you. I think you're on other socials. I think maybe I'll send it to you on Instagram or whatever the case may
Maybe
be.
we'll make a book out of this, and
There you go. Like
and
the
we can do
33 and a
little.
third thing, right?
Yeah, we can talk a little about each
Ooh,
record.
Pentangle, Sweet Child. That's a good one. I'm a big fan of that one.
I'm going with Marquee Moon by Television.
I thought you were going to say I'm going Keith Moon, Two Sides of the Moon.
No, that would be on a worst of list.
Let's go ahead and put King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King.
I was wondering when they would come up.
Yeah, Josh, I'm pretty sure I follow you on Instagram, so I'll hook you up with that. Fairport Convention, Full House. That's a great album. Sloth is a fantastic tune from that. I've been really, if you go back and you watch some of the videos that we did a while back, I definitely was talking about Fairport Convention quite a bit. So I was really obsessed with them for about 2 months. I haven't really touched them since then. So we are all on the same wavelength. We are.
I'm going with the Velvet Underground, but I'm going with their third record, self-titled.
Okay. That sounds good.
Pick number 52 for both of us. Coming at you.
Coming at you. I'm going to put a new album on there. How about Low Fidelity All Stars? How to Operate with a Blown Mind. That's the one that has Battle Flag. I said hallelujah. You know that one. You've heard that one before.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
What's the name of the album?
It is How to Operate with a Blown Mind. Favorite Fairport is the BBC Sessions comp. That's really good. And you know what, Josh? There's a CD version that they had that I think has come out recently, and I say recently, it's probably like the last 10 years, that it like totally expands. It's almost twice the size. They do a lot of other cool. I guess I can just look it up and tell you what's on that. So, let's see. The Heyday one, yeah. What did they do on that? Because I just picked that up on CD, and there was like, it's almost like 20 tracks. There's Tam Lin, which is on there. Cajun Woman. Kind of a couple more things from Unhalf Bricking. So Steve doesn't know what we're talking about here, but that's okay.
Okay. All right.
Is it my pick or is it your pick?
It is my pick.
Okay.
International Submarine Band.
Okay.
I know that record. You love that record, but there's a
story behind it.
Yeah.
This sounds like a good point to just give Bo a thank you for that, for hooking me up with that. Yeah, there's little bone of contention there, but Bo helped me out in my time of need. So Lee Hazelwood, Requiem for Almost a Lady. I was thinking about Lee Hazelwood, and I couldn't really think of which one to pick, but we'll come around and we'll do something. Let's go ahead and throw on, since we were talking about Fairport Convention.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this will be let's just do self-titled. I'm gonna just say self-titled for that one. So yeah, Nancy and Lee. That's another one. I'll save that for the next one. That's a great next pick.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on there, and we'll move on. Kiss Destroyer.
Okay, go ahead.
You knew that was coming. I've held out for this
Tangerine.
long.
That's Oldies Radio and Josh. Yeah, Nancy and Lee. We'll go ahead and we'll throw that one on there. So Nancy
Okay.
Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood. Have you guys seen that? That's gotten the reissue. Light in the Attic is doing a big
Really?
thing. Yeah, they're doing a big thing. But again, that was like a dollar record for the longest time, and she called me Sand. Are you familiar with that album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a
I,
good
I
Lee Hazelwood impersonation. What do you got
um
next?
we've talked about it earlier today. Let's go ahead and throw Prince Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
We'll get that one on the list. This is pick number 55 for each
Fugazi Repeater.
Oh, baby, getting stuff off my list.
Of course, my friend in high school called him Fuguzai.
Oh man. Let's go with Black Flag, Damage. You like that record?
That's a good one. Funkadelic Maggot Brain.
Okay, man. You're pretty much dwindling my list down now.
I'm kind of going in alphabetical order, so let me skip around to another letter.
Let's go ahead and
Kenny Rogers, the Gambler.
I'm not writing that one down, but instead, I'm going to write down Electric Ladyland by Hendrix.
Okay. Yep. I agree. I think that should. I would say that's the one Hendrix album that sort of to me is like kind of stood the test of time. Like I'll listen to that for pleasure. It's kind of hard to listen to Are You Experienced and Access.
You just burnt out on it. Yeah, you just burnt out on
them. Let us discuss this one. I'm going to say The Lovin' Spoonful. Let's do Do You Believe in Magic? Let's do that one. Although the hums of the Lovin' Spoonful is pretty good too. Is Bo still on? Is Uncle Bo still on? Yeah, I haven't seen him mention anything. I want to get his insight.
I wrote to John Sebastian, and he signed an 8x10 for Lorelei, and
that's
I
awesome.
thought that was I thought that was really cool of him. Wrote me a nice little note too with it, so that is very cool. Let's do The Who, but do I want to put Who's Next, or do I want to put Sells Out?
Or do you want to put Tommy? Did you ever have to make up your mind?
Dun, 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 dun. Say yes to one, leave the other behind.
I listened to Aerosmith, Draw the Line.
Let's go with Who's Next.
Okay. That's what I'm asking you. That's the record's name. Was that funny or is that not funny? Okay.
That's funny.
All right.
Gotta know.
Let's go ahead and man,
look at us. We got 7 people on now. People are jumping on.
Hey, folks.
What's up?
Let's do the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, The Resurrection of Pig Boy Crabshaw. You knew I was going to say that.
I knew you. Not East West, but that's.
No. We'll do East. We'll save East West for another day. But Paul Butterfield Blues Band, The Resurrection of Pig Boy Crabshaw. Again, it's just one of those albums that one just sort of hit me at a certain time, and I just really enjoyed that.
I am going to say John Cale, Paris 1919.
Pavement Brighten the Corners.
Oh, there's a Pavement on my list. Okay. Let's do. Should we just throw Cosmos Factory on there?
Yes, let's just put that on there. Peter Tosh legalize it. No, it's good for tuberculosis. That was a weird line in that song, but I think it's time to add "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd. It's been a while since we've added any Pink Floyd on there.
Let's do. Let's do Fire and Water by Free.
I've seen fire and I've seen water. I've seen Paul Rogers in a band that he would soon quit. Rancid and Out Come the Wolves.
Good stuff. Let's say, how about Kaleidoscope, Tangerine Dream?
Okay.
A good psych classic. All right, this will be our 62nd pick overall.
Okay. Robert
keep
Johnson,
going?
King
All right.
of the Delta Blues Singers.
You're the Delta Blues, baby. Let's look at.
I wonder if Tangerine Dream put out an album called Kaleidoscope. That's a good
If
question.
not, they missed a good opportunity.
They missed that.
How about we do Radiohead, OK Computer?
Oh, okay. There you go.
You Radiohead fan?
Karma police, arrest this man. Yeah. Yeah, Kaleidoscope UK changed their name. They did.
Yep.
The International Noise Conspiracy, Survival Sickness. And if you don't have these, Steve, I need to get these in your hand.
Yeah, Oldies Radio. They changed it to Fairfield Parlor. That's an okay record, but Faintly Blowing is their second record.
Yep.
That's really good too. I'm going with The Remains, their self-titled record.
Okay. Let's put the Yardbirds. This is tough.
Roger?
Yeah, I was thinking either Roger or Little Games.
It's up to you.
Do you like Little Games?
I do. I like both those records.
Let's do Little Games. Little games are for little boys.
Let's let's do I mean, heck, I feel like we should have probably at least one or two more of this band on here. Let's do the Stones. Let's do Sticky Fingers.
Okay.
Seems like an easy one.
I was on the Can You Hear Me Knocking? Can't You Hear Me Knocking? Can You Hear Me Knocking? What is it?
Can't you, I think? Oh, no, Can You Hear Me Knocking?
Yeah. Dan said John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton. Yes, I think that we kind of mentioned that at the top of the show.
We did.
We'll just call it John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with, and just leave it at that.
I'm going to say, let's do Stooges Raw Power.
Okay. Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy.
Wonderful pick. Let me go with. Let's see. You've already said Odyssey and Oracle. Let's go with.
So we're like at like 100 and.
This is our 66th pick.
So we're at 132, right?
Yes, that's what we're at. If that's the quick math.
Yeah.
Let's do. Man, I'm slowing us up.
Okay, that's fine. If we're kind of like.
Let's do a Curtis Mayfield, the record entitled Curtis.
Okay. Townes Van Zandt, self-titled.
All right, that's a good one. I was going to put the live record on there.
Live at the Old Quarter.
Yep. His self-titled record. Let's go with. Go ahead and throw the 13 Full Elevators. Easter Everywhere.
Tom Waits, Nighthawks at the Diner. Emma's 49er.
Guns N' Roses. No, I'm just kidding.
Is this picks number 69 or not yet?
This 68.
Okay.
68. Let's do Carole King, Tapestry.
Whoa! I wasn't expecting that, but that's a great album.
Love it.
So this is my 69th pick.
69. I think you've got something planned.
No, I'm just gonna. Tomorrow, self-titled.
Okay.
Which were guys from Yes, right? Steve Howe was in that band, I think.
Yep. I can't hear the grass grow. So, should we say Brian Jonestown Massacre?
Ooh.
Their Satanic Majesty's Second Request?
So,
which one would you say?
We might want to pull an audible here.
Okay.
Can we just say Tepid Peppermint Wonderland?
I'm fine with that. It was a toss-up between those two.
I feel like his albums are so incredibly patchy that album just does him justice. It's like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to do that I know that that's sort of a greatest hits album.
It's our list. We can do that.
We can do whatever we want to. Okay. So then with that being said, let's put on the Nuggets compilation as well too. So
okay.
Yeah, you need to hear Tomorrow. Tomorrow is an amazing. That album is every single track. It's all, you know what I mean? That album is like is like the first. It's almost like Piper at the Gates of Dawn, except it's just
whimsical. Yeah.
Except they all they wanted to do is just crank crank the amps, right? Like they didn't decide to do like silliness. You know what I mean? Do you want me to look at the track listing? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, let's look at that.
I can. I have it right here. I can read it to you. Real
Okay, yeah, do that.
So
Do it.
you got My White Bicycle, which of course is on the
My
second.
white bicycle. Wait, who sings I Can Hear the Grass Grow? Was that The Move?
That's The Move. Yeah.
Okay.
So that first album is that might make the list. I'll have to think about it. It's all like it's so all over the place because it's just like a compilation of all the singles that they released. So you got Colonel Brown, the second track, Real Life Permanent Dream. Who wants to get hung up on a real life permanent dream, Steve?
Not me.
Shy Boy is kind of whatever, and then you got Revolution. It's a good thing. They do a great cover of Strawberry Fields Forever. Really good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's better than Spooky Tooth's version of that. And then three jolly little dwarfs running through the meadow. It's so good. Hallucinations is on there. And depending on what you get, see, there's the thing is there's a ton of different versions of it out there. So some of them they have a shorter track listing than others. But of course, Claremont Lake, that's another really cool tune. So I'll say Flo and Eddie and the Down Dirty Duck soundtrack. No, we're not gonna do that. There's not much Zappa on the list right now, Dan. I think we got Hot Rats, Freak Out,
and Freak Out. That's it.
It.
There'll be some more.
There'll be more. Yeah, there's more to come. So I think we're just kind of like giving everybody the kind of the once over right now. There's some I have earmarked because I'm not going to go. Well, 5 albums from this band. Here's another one sort of off the wall, but these are albums that I think are just amazing albums. Tinarwin, and I'll spell it for you. It's
Thank you.
Tinarwiwen, and the album is called Amen Iman. You can just call it Water is Life. Do you know much about Tinarwin?
I do not.
So Mojo did a cover mount of them. It was all I think it's called Africa Rising. Where it was all sort of bands that were Tinarwin is this sort of this, I believe they're like nomads in the Sahara Desert, and
okay.
So the guitar playing is all like this really interesting kind of thing, and it's sort of become this almost this style of music, like they're sort of inspired by Jimi Hendrix and sort of like guitar fireworks, but then the music have like just real kind of a tribal vibe to them.
Okay.
It's an amazing album. I saw them live. It was fantastic.
Okay. Well, I see you've got the Nuggets and you've got Tinarwin. So I'm going to say MC5 Back in the USA and the Electric Prunes, Mass and F minor.
Okay. That's great. That's a great one.
Yep.
Too.
Yep.
Here's another kind of off the wall. This is great, man. This list is going to be so good because then I can just look at it and be like, these are the only records that I need. Terry Reid, self-titled.
Ooh.
So that one's a great one. As you can tell, I'm kind of in the tease right now. Will there be any pick from Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes? Did you sell those records,
Absolutely
Steve?
not.
Did they sell?
They're still up on my eBay store. Okay. Nope. But if somebody wants some Ted Nugent records, check out my eBay store. I'll hook you up. Trust me.
Yeah, Dan made a great suggestion here.
What's up? I'm looking at my iTunes account. What's up? I'm not even seeing
Moody Blues, Days of Future Past.
Is that what you're going to pick?
I would actually go In Search of the Lost Chord, but that's also a great album that we can earmark for later on. But I will say In Search of the Lost Chord.
Okay, so I've got 2 picks.
Yeah, hit me with 2 here.
Let's do. Heck, do we want to do Spirit?
Ooh.
I'm gonna do. Actually, do I want to do Sardonicus or do I want to do the first record?
I feel like they both deserve to be on there, but I think, like kind of how I did with the band, let's do 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. I feel like that's right. just ceremoniously put that one on there first. Would you agree?
Yeah, I
And
think
then just put a little star there to remember to come back to them.
Let's do Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever.
Okay. Did I tell you I sold Southern accents? That one sold.
Yeah, seal
$20.
copy.
Didn't even blink an eye.
Didn't even blink an eye. Yeah, you said he didn't haggle or anything. Just give me your money, please.
Give me the money.
Bachman Turner Overdrive says.
My next pick is Bachman Turner Overdrive Fragile. No,
Woo!
I'm gonna put a curveball in here. Let me just look and see.
Oh, I like them.
I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do. I'm gonna put Rod Stewart. Every picture tells a story on there.
Really?
That's a good one. It's got Every Picture Tells a Story. That's All Right. Tomorrow's a Long Time. Maggie May. I Know I'm Losing You. And Find a Reason to Believe. That's like six really good songs. We don't talk a lot about Rod Stewart. Do you want to talk about him for a second here? Like, what are your, like, Every Picture Tells a Story is in your new arrivals bin? That's great. That's an album that was $1 all the day, all day long, back in the day. You never see it now. You don't really have an opinion on Rod Stewart?
Hey, I mean, he's all right.
He's all right. Have you listened to that? Like, there's like 4 of the Mercury albums, so like Gasoline Alley.
Gasoline Alley. No, I have not. I have not.
Okay.
But I will.
Ooh, Oldies Radio. I'm stealing that for the next one.
I'm not even looking at that, so
Don't
it's going to be a surprise to me. I want to go with. What do I want to go with next? Let's go with Pharaoh Saunders and Upper Egypt.
Okay, never heard of it, but I'm going to take your word for it. I'm gonna seek it out. Oldies Radio said, I think this is it's not Rod Stewart, but I think it's Neil Young. We're gonna say Tonight's the Night.
Yeah, that's Neil Young. Yeah.
What do you do? But I want to make sure. We were talking about Rod Stewart. Yeah. I just want to make sure he wasn't just quoting a Rod Stewart song that I wasn't aware of. But yeah.
Is that what you're picking? Tonight's the Night.
Tonight's the night.
He used to know that kind of love.
Look at that. Barry was a working man. It's all about the falsetto singing. Yes, his albums with Jeff Beck are good. I'm not too big of a fan of Truth. That's hard for me to listen to. A Wink is as good as a Nod is fantastic. So
I'm not a Faces fan.
I mean,
I don't back that up with anything. I just felt like everybody.
Yeah, I think people really bang on them as being, I think, giving him a hair too much credit than they probably deserve. I think so. Yeah.
I am going to say the Monkees.
Ooh.
With I'm going to go with Pisces, Aquarius, and so on and so forth.
Okay. That's cool.
This is our 76th pick overall. Just giving you
76th pick.
So you're picking the first Boston
album. Yes, Dan. I'm with Dan again. Bee Gees' Odessa. That's great.
Okay.
Faces are drinking music. They are. It's kind of like they're like a British Kiss, almost. Without the makeup. And because they did have heels, they were short guys, so they usually wore shoes with big heels on them. Am I getting to you? I can see the steam coming out of your ears right now.
My next pick is Music from the Elder by. This is a record that you and I talk about. I think it's probably the only record we like by this artist, and it's Glass House by Billy Joel.
Okay, yeah, That's a fantastic record. Sleeping with the television on.
I love that song. You be waking up with the white noise. I really wish I was less of a thinking man
All
and
right.
more fool of the
I'm
fate
gonna
of
I'm gonna toss out.
rejection.
I'm gonna toss another country one in here. I've like. Can I do two? Can I do two country ones here?
Please, let's have at it.
Okay. Ray Price, Nightlife.
And behind closed doors.
No, and the guy that wrote Nightlife. I'm gonna do Willie Nelson, the Redheaded Stranger.
Really?
Yeah.
No phases and stages?
You can do those ones.
I put redheaded stages. Let's try that again.
Don't fight him. Don't boss him. He's wrong. Yeah, that one kind of sucks. Maybe that isn't. I know it's like that's like critically acclaimed Willie Nelson one, but like,
It's good, brother.
yeah, it's all right. It's good. We'll
Yeah.
leave that there. Working hard will give you a heart attack.
You ought to know by now.
Oldies Radio. Have you ever seen the thing where he's like in Russia and he just like completely like is like busting up his keyboard and everything like that? Yeah, Shotgun Willie's great too.
Yeah.
That's worth seeking out.
I'm going to go with War Live.
War Live. Okay.
I like War. I really like that. That's of course without Eric Burden, but I think that's a solid live record, and that goes for a pretty penny on CD. So for you flippers out there, people who are just connoisseurs of good music, if you see War Live on CD, pick it up.
What does the cover look like?
It's a collage of them all on stage. It's like it's a black cover, and it's got like pictures of them all, up and down. They're like, I don't know, they're little photographs. Yeah. Came out in 73. Yeah. You've probably seen it. Love that record. Get Down is fantastic. Slip Into the Darkness, All Day Music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Crisco Kid, Son Oh Son. Good stuff. Love that record.
So it's out of print on CD? And
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It goes, it was reissued, and then the reissue went out of print. So actually, I think most of that War stuff is out of print.
Well, I feel like
that is one place. That is one band that it sounds familiar. We sold a ton of War. Like a lot of people, for whatever reason, they wanted like the War. They wanted their back catalog. So we would sell All Day Music and War Live and all that stuff. We would go through it pretty regularly.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Let's do like two more here, and we'll wrap it up at 11 o'clock.
Okay, so I got one more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
you're good. Let's go with Jim Croce, because he never really had a proper like good, solid, memorable album. Let's just go with Photographs and Memories.
Why can't we be friends? More like, why can't we be in print? Got him. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so you said you do a greatest hits for him.
Because there's not really a classic Jim Croce record, unfortunately.
Yeah, not really.
Passed away far too young. So that leaves your pick, kind sir.
I'm gonna go with Ravi Shankar.
Ooh.
The Sounds of India. Let's do that. You ever really get into that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that record a lot. I bought that. MC5. I bought that record. An MC5 like live bootleg. It's some kind of something from Europe in '72, and then or Europe from '71. I think it's like Thunder Express, and I bought Younger Than Yesterday all on the same day. So that was my Friday evening. Way back when. I want to do Steely Dan. I think I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Can't Buy a Thrill.
Okay.
This will bring us to 80, Mark.
All right. So this is my 80th pick.
Your 80th pick overall.
Let's do Goldfrapp's Seventh Tree, because we had mentioned that. So.
What a whimsical record that is.
Woo! Thank you, Mojo. Wouldn't know about that without Mojo.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So for my last pick this evening, Pittsburgh's own Donnie Iris. No, I'm kidding. Ali.
Love is like a rock. Dude, they play Donnie Iris on the radio so much. You have no idea. You have no idea how much they play. Chat, do they play Donnie Iris wherever you live on the local radio station? Do you know who Donnie Iris is? Steve, your camera just went out. There you go.
Oh, sorry. I am going to pick for my last pick this evening. Doggone. We still got a lot of good stuff to throw out there. But not to keep anybody in suspense any longer. I don't want to say that. I've always said that. Let's go with Bob Marley live. You a fan?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. One of the very first records I ever bought was Exodus.
You know what? I was looking at Exodus, or we could just have Burnin'.
I mean, it's all good when it comes to Bob Marley, I think.
Catch a Fire.
I mean, Catch a Fire is great too. They're all.
Let's just call Catch a Fire. I'm okay with that.
Okay, we'll put a little star there. We'll come back to Bob Marley at some point. But yeah, Exodus was like one of the. I bought Exodus and I got Get Your Yayas Out on vinyl on the same day. There used to be
a fun weekend.
There used to be this like junk store. Like when I talk junk store, do you remember like? I feel like there was a time in the world before Goodwill, like there was like the Salvation Army and maybe St. Vincent de Paul, definitely before Goodwill, right? But there would just be like people that would just have like junk shops, like that they would. Do you remember that? Like they're not really a thing anymore. Like everybody's like real well curated, antique, shabby chic, mid-century mod.
Speaking of that, Goodwill's jumped up in prices too. Have you seen that?
Well, I saw that. Was there LPs like $2 now?
Yeah, there's creators on TikTok that go and like they used to be flippers and things like that, and they're getting priced out like $5 for a DVD and things like that. Like Goodwill's jumped up, man. So inflation. They're getting hip to everything. They get the stuff for free and they sell it for that. Not to be ashamed of themselves.
Well, to be honest, for the last 30 years they've really, they've given the farm away, and they're finally, I think, at this point, kind of getting, kind of wising up. But anyhow, so there was this guy that had this huge junk shop, and I mean, I'm talking just things on top of things on top of things, and he had just like this huge stack of records, and they were all vertically, and it was kind of like you were looking at the spines and like pulling them out and whatever. But yeah, my copy of Get Your Yayas Out, and I think I sold the Exodus because I had a 12-inch of Exodus too, and I sold them both in the same lot. Got like $30 from. This is back in the day. This is way back. Like this would have been like 2005, so I haven't had that record in a while. But movement of your people.
Yep, there you go.
All right, folks, it is almost 11 o'clock.
The school night.
The stream didn't shut off on us. So we thank you for checking in with us. We will compile all of this. Steve will painstakingly put this on a list and get this on our Facebook page.
I will edit it to our previous list and get this one put up.
Yep. And
that's some good ones.
And that's that. So
until next time.
Ric Flair says good night. So
we are retiring Sports Truly. Do you want to tell the fine people what we're?
Oh, June 6th. We missed that. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
Tully Blanchard.
A day late in a buck short.
June 6th. I'll see you at the Greensboro Coliseum. So, the story of Sports Truly. Steve, I'll let you tell this one.
So Mark, one of the things that I was looking for something to kind of occupy my time during quarantine. My daughter's got some health insurance. She's got cystic fibrosis, and she's got autism as well, and so I tend to her during the day and all that. And I needed something to kind of occupy my time when my wife moved out, because she works with the public and all that. We didn't want to get her sick. And I needed something to occupy my time. And Mark said, well, why don't you buy a cheap lot of baseball cards? And he had some baseball cards, and I ended up writing to these various baseball players and football players, and sometimes you get returns, and they're really nice. You write a nice little letter, right, Mark, and a nice little self-addressed envelope, and you kind of see what happens. And
sometimes you get cards back in the mail, and sometimes you don't.
Yep, and it's all part of the gamble that you take. Well, we wrote to a gentleman named Jim Essigan, and was I not supposed to say his name?
Well, you can't. It doesn't matter now. So
I mean, what's he gonna do? I mean,
yeah.
He's obviously in
sign our card.
So who knows? So yeah, and I mean, it's public knowledge. Right. So he
How long did we wait? It was a long time.
Oh, it was a very
almost
long
a year.
Time.
Was it almost a year?
I think it was a little over a year. Mm-hmm. It was a little over, a little under, in either which direction. And he ended up sending me a nice little
and I got one
piss
too.
off note.
I got
Mark
one too.
Saying that due to such high demand, because you're probably asking yourself, who is this guy? And you'd be correct, because he's a backup catcher to backup catchers. So he sent us this letter saying that due to the overwhelming demand, he wants $10 a card or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
So, and he ended the letter with saying "Sports Truly."
No, he didn't say "Sports Truly." He said "Yours in Sports."
Yours in sports.
Yours in sports is what he said.
Okay, so Mark and I kind of took that and did not send him the $10, to the surprise of nobody, not even him, I'm sure. And that's what we decided to end the show with, and
make an ongoing joke of it. How long did we get to use that as a punchline? So.
But hey, we didn't say anything wrong. This is not. I'm not slandering the guy. If he commands $10 for an autograph, then I think I speak for both of us here at Minglewood. Then we wish him the best of luck in that endeavor.
Sports Truly. So that is that. But yeah. So thanks for watching with us. Thanks for helping out. I spent Sports Truly on my home recorded Edison Cylinder.
We'll bring it back.
There you go.
So we got to tell them what the new one is.
The new one is Tully Blanchard. I'll see you June 6th at the Greensboro Coliseum, and that's it. So we'll see you guys later. Let me kill the stream here. Have a good night.